E for MarketWizards.com and eMiniWizard.com, just after IB on the 9th of July, 2019, reminding traders to use risk capital you can afford to lose. Well, we had suggested, and I had called early this morning, I said, I don't know why, I'm just feeling like we're going to get a slingshot trade. I can't stress enough the importance of listening to your intuition. You're not going to be right all the time, but if a little birdie speaks to your ear and says, I think this is going to happen, then you're either congruent with your feelings or you're not. But my feeling after looking at the charts this morning, I said early, I think we're going to get a slingshot trade, and I can't tell you why. So this to me is a slingshot trade, one that comes out of the gate and it goes up, and it's not doing any rotations back and range type trading. This has been a one-way, little pullback, up again, whack-a-mole, little pullback, respected that first high, up again. So this is typical of a what I call whack-a-mole, where the rotations are small. They'll come back towards the middle of the swing, and then they'll find this next support and jack up again. So we're getting close to that gap area just above us. We had suggested let's use 62 aggressive support. That has worked. Now we're looking at where are we in relation to the prior day's range. We're certainly above. We got above the low, and we're there for now. So until that breaks again, that's supportive, this 72 area. And we're starting to get into the risk reward time. So one of the things we want to do is keep an eye on things like the IB high and see if we stay above it or we don't. So that should be something that you keep an eye on, and however you do that, whether spreadsheet or on your charts, whatever, make a note of it. And then we're going to put it into perspective on the Globex. We know that we have held, this was our third time through trade. We said at 69.5. One. Put it there so you see what I'm seeing. 1, 2, 3, push. So we're starting to get into the upper levels. And for now, this is a signal to tighten up your stops if you are long side. And if you're flat, probably not a good idea right now to do anything. It's kind of high to be chasing right here. Should be some kind of a profit taking, and yet we do have the breakout. So these are the tough trades for if you have let go and you say, okay, I'm not going to do anything. You're kind of watching, because we know we've got the gap just a point or so above us. Right, should be 78.25, I believe, 78.5. I've got 78.25. So if you want to scalp short, all you can do is kind of use the high, the overnight high, as your stop. And I'm going to go back to this chart and say that this was a 15-minute. We've got the rain line hit. We know we're faster than that because we're ahead of ourselves on the green line. And normally in an area like this, you're either in the trade for that gap or you just relax for a few minutes. 2 ticks. And if you follow it on a 5, you'll see it a little bit faster. There's our breakout, and then up, up, up. A couple of ticks left. Anybody that's got the gap trade, tighten stops, we're going to use squeeze pivot 69.5. till that breaks, that's our squeeze pivot. And let's use 82's resistance for now. Nice trade if you got it. And usually this is where I like to make sure I'm paid. If this is a support zone, I look at the contra to that idea and saying, okay, once you get to that level, you got to be a little more conservative because risk and reward starts to diminish. And we'll go back over and take a quick peek at angels and demons. And you can see this 78 and a quarter is, the demon. So anybody that's playing for the gap trade paid for sure. And whack-a-mole is played out and slingshot trade is played out. And this is the way you get your work done and you still have a life. Right? You can go out and play, work in the garden, take a walk, take a bike ride, go to the beach, whatever. Go lose some golf balls. Angel is born to test the demon, and the demon is born to test the angel. Simple as that. Perspective. 2-day range. 40, 50, 60. Paid for sure. Coming into this 78 to 79. That's the middle. That's also a retest of this breakdown. I think probably the low is in for the day. I still think we can get an effective short, but I think the low is probably in. And don't forget, we had said earlier, yesterday, 84.75 resistance until broken. So that's part of today's plan. Just to keep that in mind. $40 back, $50 back, $60 back. Four, five, six. All right, I hope I helped you the first hour to get something in your pocket. We know that this is a tough business, but I was looking at the length of this, not only from the 2-day range, but the 3-day range. And that's why I just had my instinct says, I think it's time for a bounce.